We're a family this year. That's what I love about it. We're all looking for revenge. That sectional championship game is still deep in our hearts from last year, and we're really working hard towards that revenge, and we're really worrying about ourselves this year, and that's about it. So.
When you take a look at this defense, tell me about this D. What stands out to you, and what are going to be some of the key components of what you guys are trying to do defensively?
We're fast, we're physical, and we are deep in every position. I mean, in every position, there's 3 or 4 guys that could be playing on Fridays that won't be. So we're a family on that side of the ball, and we got each other's backs no matter what. There's no drama, there's nothing like that. We're picking each other up all the time, and it's intense, so it'll be a good year for us.
Offensively, how has this unit kind of hit the ground running? Because you have a lot of talented players back, and guys like Kistler are stepping into bigger roles,
yep.
And it looks like Luke's going to be your quarterback from the get-go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got a lot of young guys on the offensive side of the ball. A lot of guys trying to fill in positions. But that's no problem for us. Every team, every single year loses seniors, and just guys have to step up. And we're blessed at Homestead to have guys that are able to step up. And with Luke under center, he'll be able to lead us in the right way, I believe. And I think our offense will be pretty straight this year.
When you take a look at last year's record, it was 7-4. The losses were
disappointing.
Regular season to Snyder, postseason to Snyder, regular season to Lewis, and regular season to Dwenger. All those teams at least won a sectional championship.
Yep.
Lewis made it to semi-state. Dwenger obviously won state.
Mm-hmm.
What do you take away from that experience that you can use?
It was a disappointing season. We were not happy with our season at all last year. I mean, there's good things you can take away from every season, but at the end of the day, like I said earlier, it's just we want that revenge, and that's all we're focusing on. We're focusing on ourselves, and we're the only people that can change the outcome of a game. Nobody else can do it for us. We control what we can control, and that's it at the end of the day.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, last year we had a lot of young guys on defense, and our defense is really matured this year. So our offense has a lot of confidence in them to get it done, and they have a lot of confidence in us. And we just have to play as a team. I mean, every year, last year was a down year for us, and we're coming back this year with goals. We sat down as a leadership group, some of the upperclassmen, and really talked about what we wanted to accomplish this year. And I think the guys that we have on our bench and that'll be playing on the field really, really believe that. And I think we have a great chance to do big things this year.
I know it's only day one, but what sticks out to you about this group as we enter 2019?
Yeah, I think something that sticks out is our team's competitiveness. We come out here and practice every day and trash talk each other, in good nature, obviously, but we trash talk each other, make each other better every single day. We do 7-on-7 team, and after everything, we go and high-five our teammates and just come together. And this year, it's a lot more unified as a group. Last year, obviously, with 2 QBs, it was a little difficult to get in a rhythm for both of us. It was a great year for me and Jake. I really enjoyed playing the same position as him, but it was hard to kind of get unified with 2 different quarterbacks. But this year, everybody has accepted their role really well, and we're coming together. So
yeah, that was kind of my next question, is how much, I guess, easier is the offense? You and Jake had sort of different skill sets.
Yeah.
So how much easier is it now that there's just kind of one way of doing things going forward, and you've kind of got the keys to the offense, right?
Yeah, see, last year was a great year, like I said, playing alongside Jake. He's a great quarterback and everything. But this year it allowed me to get in a flow a little bit better. We did 1-and-1 with the rotation last year, so you would go in and score a touchdown. Jake would run in a touchdown, I would throw in a touchdown, and then we would come out. So it was a little difficult to get in a rhythm with everything. And this year I think it's going to be a little bit better, because once you get on a roll or once you make a mistake, you can go right back in and fix or keep building on what you just did. And like I said, it's great playing with him, and I'm really excited for this year.
On a personal note, I know you got offers to play basketball from a number of Big Ten schools,
yep.
Iowa, Northwestern, Maryland. How was football recruiting? And
yeah.
do you see yourself as a basketball guy first, a football guy first, or a football guy in season and a basketball guy in season?
Yeah, so going into the summer, I actually told the football coaches, the great Homestead staff, that I am focusing on basketball. I want to play basketball in college. And I have had football schools reach out to me, and I politely tell them I just don't want to do it in college. Basketball is my thing. I'm working in the summer. That was my whole summer. I told the coaches that basketball comes first, and I'm working really hard to play college basketball. So that's kind of been my goal for a very long time. And with all due respect to the coaches that have reached out to me, I'm just going to stick to basketball, which is something I love.
Obviously, you've only had one day in camp, but what is it that you like about the Spartans as we head to 2019?
Well, I love everything about it. I love all the kids on our team. We come together really good, and it's just going to be a fun season.
Tell me about this defense.
Well, I think our biggest strong point is our speed. We're all fast, and we're all hard-hitting, and it's going to be good this year.
What is it about this D? Because the other guys were saying you guys were a bit young last year, but you guys have a lot of returnees this year on the defensive side of the ball. How does that help you guys as you enter another season?
It helps a lot. We have a lot of experience. We have a lot of experience playing with each other. We know each other really well. I think it'll be really good.
I was talking with Cam, 7 wins, the 4 losses were against all against teams that won a sectional championship. What do you take away from last season in those games that you can not only motivate yourself with it, but allows you to kind of have things figured out to a certain degree?
Well, we learned a lot from those games, and all those games we got off to a really slow start, and through the end of the season, we made that like our focus point to start off stronger, and we're going to try to do that this year.
As a whole, what are your guys' goals for this 2019 season?
Our main goal is to win a sectional championship and obviously go farther from there.
Final question, what are you most looking forward to about 2019?
I'm looking most forward to possibly winning the SAC and winning the sectional championship.
Just this level of enthusiasm that this group of seniors and our leaders on our team have generated so far, and that has been true throughout the off season and throughout the summer. So they've been a really good group to work with in that respect, and that's led to a great off season. I mean, their weight room effort, their conditioning effort in the summer, all of those things has been fantastic. So that gets us excited about the potential that we see in this group.
When you take a look at last year, 7-4, what do you take away from that experience?
We had a lot of kids playing that are coming back this year, and so I think we learned some lessons. And by the end of the year, I felt like we were playing some pretty good football. And then we had a mid-season there where we had some rough starts and rough finishes and things like that. But we felt like every game we played that we had an opportunity to win it, and we just didn't finish them off. And so I think that's one of the points of emphasis that we're going to push on towards, is to figure out how to finish these games properly.
A lot of people talk about offense in the SAC. There's a lot of athletes throughout the conference. You have to be able to stop those guys. Tell me about the defensive side of the football, because from what I gathered, it seems like you guys had a lot of players last year that got a lot of snaps that are back this season.
Well, it's an experienced linebacker core. We're going to have we feel like our defense could be a strength for us. So we've got some young guys up front that are going to have to come along, but overall, that side of the ball, I feel like they can run really well, and I feel like the main point of playing defense, or one of the main focuses, is having a desire to get to the football and knocking someone down. And we have a lot of guys on defense that want to do that, and so that's a good sign for us.
Offensively, last year it was Jake and Luke basically splitting snaps right down the middle. Tell me about the quarterback situation this year, and what that entails based upon number of snaps. And from what I understand, Jake will be playing mostly defense.
Well, Jake's one of those kids that we can play in multiple positions, and so he's going to play offense, play defense. He's going to play special teams. He's one of those kids he'll be exhausted by the end of the game, just because he's so talented and can do so many things for us. So he'll play defense for sure. He's going to play some offense at slot. He could play running back. He could play quarterback. We're going to have some things for him there, and he's just kind of our utility player for us this year, and he's going to make us better in a lot of different places.
What does Luke bring as a quarterback? Obviously, it doesn't hurt to be 6'6" and athletic.
Yeah, that's part of it. It just changes things when your launch point's 6'6", and he's physically stronger. He's more athletic. He's always had a good mind for the game, and I think you'll see that even more this year. His maturity as a quarterback is going to be significant, and we feel like he's primed to have a really good season.
Laughlin, Zach Terrell, Skronik, Ormsby, just a number of guys. Where does Luke? Does he remind you of any guy that you've ever had, or is he just unique because of the height?
Well, physically, he's different than most of those guys. Those guys are, the tallest we had was 6'2", maybe, from all the guys you listed, and obviously 6'6" is a different style of quarterback. But mentally, he's a little bit like Zach Terrell. He knows the game really well, and he sees the big picture and can make decisions, and you feel like when the ball is coming out of his hand on a pass, that it's a pretty good decision. So those are the things that kind of stand out about him right now, and he's got a good arm.
Do you feel like because you're going to be sticking with one quarterback that it is easier, or maybe your offense kind of hits the ground running because Jake was a little bit more of a running quarterback and Luke is more of a drop back guy, but having just one guy on one style maybe allows you guys to get off to some faster starts?
Well, maybe. We'll see. I felt like last year that there were some advantages to having two kids, that teams had to prepare for both, and but at the same time, maybe it's better to have one guy that we know exactly, the game plan is going to be up front and things like that. So we'll see. It's yet to be seen.
Final question. If there's one key to the Homestead season, what do you think it is?
We just have to continue to to have a great desire to get better every day. And from what we've seen in off season and what we've seen today, I think they do that. And if they continue that and they invest their time instead of spend it out here, when we preach that to them, that could make a huge difference for us.
All right. Anything else you'd like to add, Coach?
That's it.
All right.